What up YouTube, Quasi here, and today I want to talk about ABS. Is ABS worth it? For me, short answer, yes, absolutely. For you, maybe, but hopefully I can convince you that ABS is pretty important. The biggest example I always point to is looking at Europe. All the bikes sold in Europe are now required to come with ABS because ABS has proven to be so successful at reducing the number of crashes and accidents that it's required now. It makes no sense not to have it on a bike. And actually, because of that, we're starting to see that come over here in the US. For the longest time, Yamaha would not put ABS on most of their bikes, but I think this year and last year they're starting to actually put it on pretty much all their bikes, at least as an option for like the FJ09, FZ09, I think FZ07. All those bikes are getting that now. Another example is your car. If you bought a car in the last 10 years, chances are that you have ABS. Because, once again, ABS has proven extremely successful at reducing the number of accidents people get into. So much so that it just doesn't make sense not to have ABS. Oh man, it's nice out here. It's quiet. No traffic. That's cool. Anyways, yes, so ABS is required on a lot of cars now, all cars I think. And then if you look at YouTube, there are videos of people doing ABS tests in the rain on like wet tracks and whatnot. And ABS comes extremely in handy. There's no comparison. Yes, okay, so I take that back a little bit, because practicing emergency braking can get you better, can make you brake better in certain situations, but ABS is not there for every situation. I have ABS and I don't mash on my brakes every time. ABS is a fail-safe. ABS is for those oh shit moments when if a squirrel or a deer pops out in front of me right here, what do? Hopefully I remember to do emergency braking, but you don't always have time to process that. ABS saves your bacon in those cases when something comes out at you at the last minute and you just slam on your brakes out of I don't know what you would call, out of habit? Not habit, just like subconscious survival, your survival instincts, I think that's what they call them. So ABS to me is absolutely worth it. That is one feature that I will not buy a motorcycle if it does not have ABS. Now, you might not agree with me there, but for me, that sense of safety, the extra layer of protection is definitely worth it to me. I have used ABS a couple times, more back at the very beginning stages of me learning to ride, not so much now. But there's been a time or two when a car comes out of nowhere and I couldn't process fast enough to be like, oh hey, I gotta like balance out my front and rear brakes, don't lock my brakes, all that stuff. I just grabbed the brake because, oh man, they're braking in front of me. Those lights are flashing, or they're coming from the side or whatever. And then I felt ABS kicking in. You'll feel it kind of like shudder or pulsate. And yes, definitely worth it. So if you're a new rider looking for a bike, I hope you look for a bike with ABS. It's understandable though, if you find a killer deal on an older bike, hop on that. I wouldn't say let the lack of ABS completely stop you. And obviously people have been riding for years and years and years without ABS, so it shouldn't stop you completely if that's what you find. But for me personally, I won't buy a bike without ABS. The other argument against ABS, I would say, is if you're going on track or trails. If you're on the side of a cliff doing enduro riding or whatever, that is not the time you want ABS to be kicking in. You want to be in full control of your bike so you don't fly off the edge of a cliff. So in that case, your priorities might be different. But if you're doing regular street riding, ABS is definitely worth it. Anyways, that's all I have for you for this video. There's billions of ABS comparison videos on YouTube. Maybe not billions, but go check them out. They're very convincing. There's tons of research. If you want me to link papers or videos or whatever, I'll do that too. I'll put them in the description. But yeah, As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Peace.